Hey, friends. Welcome to DBC Inc. Live. I'm so excited that you are here tonight. I hope as you are joining in that you will tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do. As you can see, I'm not in front of my beautiful picture in my kitchen, but I have my fun friend Tish here tonight. I'm super excited about her joining us. Hey, Tish.
Hello, super excited to be here.
We are so grateful. I'm actually traveling this week, and so I'm outside. I actually have my computer like propped up on somebody else's car. I hope they don't mind. And I'm standing in the parking lot hosting tonight, but the show must go on, right? Whether you are in your kitchen or you're not, you still got to keep it rolling. There's people coming out to the car, so hopefully they don't come out to this one. But Tish, I would love for you to introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are, what you do. I really do appreciate Tish is not only like my awesome friend, but fellow author. She wrote the book Make Learning Magical. She crushed that book. If you haven't read it, you really should. See, Dave is in the house and he will probably be dropping that link over in a bit, but it's also posted above and below this video. So be sure and check it out. Hey, Kristen, how are you? But Tish, do tell us who you are, what you do in case anybody doesn't already know you. And then we'll dive into some content. We are going to make the show a little bit quick tonight. So as you're joining in, get those comments over in the comment section so you could be entered to win a free book tonight. All right, Tish, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining in. Hi, Dave and Kristen. I am Tisha Richmond, and I am currently a student engagement and professional development specialist in the Medford School District in Southern Oregon. I have been in education about 25 years, most of those years as a family and consumer science, culinary arts teacher. So made this kind of move to the district level. This is going my fourth year, which is kind of wild. I can't believe it's been that long, but I absolutely love what I do. I love getting to support teachers, K-12, and just integrating innovative ideas and strategies and technology into the classroom. And I'm also our district's Canvas coordinator. So I also work all of the back end, not the back end IT end, but the teaching and learning end of Canvas and getting everybody onto our district's learning management system.
So exciting. Tish is a jack of all trades. And if you don't know how hard it is to be in that role, just for one school or just a handful of schools, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of educators in a very similar role. And she is that for 27 schools, correct?
20.
20. 20 schools. 20 schools. Like it is insane the amount of work this woman does. So I'm super excited to have her on the show. Again, her book, Make Learning Magical, is incredible. It's all about getting students engaged, increasing curiosity. It talks a lot about gamifying, but it also talks a lot about like many different things that you can do to keep your students excited about coming to school and keep that learning super magical. So I'm so pumped to have you on the show, Tish, because on Hey Dave, how are you? Dave Schmitto. We have Dave Schmitto, we have Dave Burgess, we have Carly, Kristen, Sean, Lisa. Welcome everyone. So happy. 20 is easier than 27, but still a crazy amount of schools, right? It's crazy. So Tish hosted our TLAP on Monday, and she used a card game to engage our learners, and it was so fun. And if you don't know Tish, if you ever get to hang out with her for more than 5 seconds, she's going to ask you if you want to play a game, and it'll be any kind of game. It doesn't matter. She loves all games. But typically I'm not too much of a gamer, but this was so fun. So I asked Tish to come on, tell us a little bit about what she did, why she chose to use that card game, and how she used it with her professional learning, with the teachers and the coaches that she serves beforehand. So Tish, just take it away, share all the awesomeness. I'm going to mute so you guys don't hear all the cars like flying around behind me, and let Tish just share away, and then we'll communicate back and forth. And also, if you're listening and this is sparking an idea with another game or something else that you have in your possession, share that over in the comments. Let's just like get all creative tonight. So Tish, take it away, girl.
Awesome. Oh, I see so many friends in the chat. It's so great to see all of you tonight. It's so awesome. So this idea, I have to give credit to an amazing colleague of mine, Lisa Yamashita. And we had a meeting. All the instructional coaches were gathering, and she was facilitating this meeting. And it was funny because she'd had this particular game on the agenda for a couple of weeks, and we just had things come up, and so she hadn't been able to get to it. And it was called Happy Salmon. And I actually didn't know it was a game, but I when I saw it, I thought, I think I've seen this game on, the shelves of, some game store. And so I just kept like hoping, I hope this is a game. I hope this is a game we're playing. And sure enough, she started the meeting and she starts passing out these Happy Salmon cards. So this game, I had to buy it after this. So this game comes in the cutest little zippered bag. It's like padded. And then you open it up and there is this deck of cards inside. And I kind of had a hard time finding it locally. I wanted it really fast. And so I knew I could get it on Amazon, but I thought, is it at Target? Is it at Walmart? Like, where can I get it? And I found it at Kohl's. I don't know if you have Kohl's. Do you have one in Kansas? I don't even know if it's like a West Coast thing or not. But
yeah, we definitely have Kohl's in Kansas too.
Okay.
Oh, and Dave, I'm not reporting news, although this is way better than news, in my opinion. This is way cooler.
You need a microphone reporting from. I know. I love it. So anyway, so what she did, so I'm going to kind of explain how she did it for this meeting. And then I'm going to share a blog post that I wrote with a lot of different variations of how you could use this with staff and students. So in this game, there are cards. One says high five. One says pound it. One says switcheroo. And then one says happy salmon. And so there's just, the whole deck is made up of those 4 cards. That's it. So what she did was she shuffled them all up and she just passed them out randomly to everybody in the meeting. And then what she did was she, on the projector screen, shared what question went with each of the cards. So she had a prompt for each one of these. And then what we did was we went around, and depending on what card we had, we answered that prompt. And so it was just a really kind of fun, creative way just to use a simple card game that you might have on your, in your game cabinet at home. And so I thought it was so fun. So I started thinking about all of these ways that you could use this with students. So I think I can share my screen, right? Okay. So I'm going to share. Hold on. All right. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Okay. Does it say happy salmon?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So my blog post, and you can find it at tisharichmond.com/blog. You will see it. It's the last blog post that I wrote. And it gives you all the instructions for this game. But the different ways that you can use it is, one way that I thought of is you could play 4 corners. And so each corner of the room is a different card. So if you have the happy salmon, you go to the front left. If you have switcheroo, you go to the back right. If you have the pound it, you go to the back left, and so on. And so then whatever card you have, you go to that corner of the room, and then you share your answer to the prompt. Another way you could do it is you could do the 60-second matchup, where everybody has 60 seconds to form a group of 4 different cards. So everybody in that group has to have a different one. And then you could go ahead and share your answers that way. I also thought it would be fun to do the salmon spinner, where you could use a digital wheel, like Wheel of Names. And then if you had everybody's, I know I love using the spinner and just loading everybody that's in my meeting or in my classroom onto that spinner, so I can use it in a lot of different ways throughout my lessons. And then whoever the spinner lands on, they could share their answer too. So those are just a few of the many ways that you could use this with students or staff. And then I want to share, and are you able to see this prompt? Is it a slide?
I can see it. Yes.
The slide? Okay.
Yes.
So this is attached to the directions that I put in my blog post, but I already have the prompts loaded in. So I created some prompts that would be good for a staff situation. I have one that would be great for a student, a classroom, and it really could be for elementary or middle or high school. And then I have a few different slides with prompts that could really be used for students or staff. And so I think about this, and when you are in the classroom, you're always looking for those. Oh, I need to stop sharing. How do I do that? Okay, are we good? So when you're in the classroom, you're always looking for ways to just do quick little openers or closers, ways for students to reflect on the learning for that day. Maybe at the beginning of a school year, just getting to know each other and having some fun ways to build, that classroom culture. And so the possibilities are endless as far as what prompts that you could use to go along with the cards. And I really think this is just the beginning of ways that you could use these cards for a lot of different games for learning in the classroom. So there might be a Happy Salmon Part 2 coming, where I come up with some more ideas for using these Happy Salmon cards with staff and students.
That is awesome. I absolutely love this game. I think it's so fun. And sorry. I'm pretty rigged up over here. I just thought I would let y'all know. Sorry about that. But look at this beautiful sunset. But let me do this real fast. Can y'all see that? It just doesn't do it justice. But I love this idea, and I love that there's so many different variations. I also really appreciate what Dave Schmitto had to say over here in the comments. He said his kiddos are forever trying to change the rules of the game, and he's like the grumpy old guy saying, no, you gotta follow the directions. But I think that is so true with a lot of different things. There's so many ways that we can take these games. I mean, it only has 4 types of cards the whole game, and so some kids might be like, oh, this is a boring game, or maybe they just get tired of playing it in the same way. And why don't we bring it into learning atmosphere, change things up a little bit, get to know you? And we did that on TLAB on Monday, and I felt like the answers to those questions were so fun. They were like getting to know people, shouting people out. It was just so much fun and exciting and uplifting. And I feel like that is just something our staff, our students, our whole education body out here just needs. We need more uplifting things. We need to make time for those kinds of things. And what a better way to do it than a Happy Salmon game, right?
Exactly. And that is what's fun about the prompts, is that, like, one example, share something someone did that made you happy this week. What book or movie character would you switch places with for a week, and why? Share a goal that you'd like to work towards accomplishing this next month. Shout out someone in the room that you showed another person kindness this week. And that's just one of the variations that you could use with students or staff. But just, acknowledging people and just getting to know people in a new way. The questions that we had in the TLAP chat was, who in the world would you most like to switch places with for one day? That was one of the switcheroo cards. And share 3 things that would make you feel like a happy salmon this week. So yeah, I agree. Just a great way to get to know the people you serve and your students, and for students to get to know you too, when you participate in the game.
Indeed. So much fun. And I know, Tish, you do this all the time with lots of different games. So if you're out there and you're thinking, oh, I'm kind of thinking, like, with this game, how can we use it in the learning atmosphere? How can we use this for edu awesomeness? Like, there's so many ways. And if you need a brainstorming partner, Tish is your girl. I promise you. She's so good at creating and thinking in that way. So Tish, if they want to connect with you and maybe they have some ideas about some games that are just sitting in their room, their classroom or their house, and they want to use them in a different way, how can they connect with you, and what are your contact information if they don't already follow you?
Yeah. Oh, I love to chat games. So definitely reach out to me. You can find me on Twitter at TishRich. You can find me on Instagram at Make Learning Magical. You can find lots of resources on my website, TishaRichmond.com. And again, this game and all the variations and the prompts, and I even created a Google slide of cards if you wanted to make them on your own. I mean, you can't resist this little fish, but I do have a way for you to print out your own cards as well. But you can find lots of things there. And you can also find my Make Learning Magical podcast on all the podcast platforms. And big news, I am starting season 3 very, very soon. I've already interviewed my first guest that I cannot wait to reveal. It's amazing. And just so stay tuned. Make Learning Magical podcast is ready for season 3.
Yay! Super exciting. And Dave is dropping over in the comment section. He's dropping over some of these links. Tish, if you want to drop me that link to the blog post, I will add it above and below this video when we get done. Or if you drop it right now, I'll drop it right in the comments too. I know it's impossible for our guests to comment in the comments section. They can just say stuff. So yeah, you thought I was, no, I'm by, which mountains am I by? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I'm near Branson, Missouri. And yeah. Anyways, we're about to get really loud because they are turning some lights on in this parking lot. So you know that this is not a virtual background. And I don't want to distract the show because it's been so amazing. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, live on location. Yeah, I need a location thing just to drop right here so you can see these beautiful mountains. But you know I'm not in Kansas anymore for sure if there are mountains. But thank you so much for joining us. Davis dropped the book. It's also above and below this video. Tisha sent over the link to the blog post. I'm going to drop that right now in the comments. And again, thank you all for joining us every Thursday night. Next week, we'll be back. Same place, different. Geography is not my strong point. Ask Dave Schmitto. He's in the comments too. I've been confused on which airports I'm at too. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us next Thursday. Same place, same time, different guests. We love y'all and have an amazing night. Bye, Tish. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.